Connecticut Shade.
I got a box of these yesterday. One winter apple.
Oh, nice.
With a full bottle of Weller's Special Reserve. I do want to get some of this when we go to PCA, the cigar glue.
Oh, yeah,
And the pen versus
the
little brush thing. Yeah. Last month we had 2 new subscribers, total views of 272.
Nice.
And watched for like almost 300 minutes.
That's nice. "30 seconds.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Go Cigar in beautiful Ocean Springs, Mississippi. We are missing one of our hosts, but we are joined by our co-owner, Scotty, and I am Maverick, and and here is Bones. I'm a little slipping up today. And we're here at Go Cigar and Lounge in beautiful Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Mort couldn't join us due this morning for some personal business. But like I said, we have Scotty, the co-owner, who's going to join us and talk to us about a little bit about the PCA this morning.
A little bit. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We love to have you. It's great to have you. We wish we could have you more often, but I think we're going to be able to have you more often as things are going to come to.
We'll see how things go.
Yeah. So, what are we going to talk today? Mort Bones.
We really don't have any sport. We have baseball. That's about it. So, baseball draft's coming up. Football draft's coming up.
The football draft is coming up, and we have some things going on with some trades that are going to be a little hooky and shaky. But we got hockey playoffs coming, and we got basketball playoffs. That, to be honest, we're really not interested into the last 2 series.
No, yeah.
The last 2 series where it kind of gets good. And then, we kind of have some fun with it, maybe some betting and fun betting. But let's get into the PCA. Scotty, would you like to kick us off?
You have a cutter over here?
Yeah, sure. We have a cutter.
I'm going to light my cigar because I have not done that yet this morning.
Okay.
Before you get to the PCA, remember, you can't see this too good. I'll send it to you. Need it. It's the flyer for the TPA Smoke Fest in Pensacola, Florida. Well, it says 2 through 3, but it's that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In
October 2nd to the 3rd, is that right?
It's at the event part of the Shriners Temple.
Okay.
In Pensacola.
That's going to be pretty exciting, I think.
Yeah, it's big, man. It's filling up pretty quick. VIP tickets $275. Premium, I'm not sure. General admission, I think it's $50. VIP comes with 10 cigars, a swag bag, plus a bunch of swag. Then you get a dinner on, I think, what do we used to call those? Like the get-togethers and that mixers. Friday night, you get dinner there, then you get dinner Saturday night. So you're getting your money's worth, and it's only an hour and a half away from you versus 9-hour drive to Florida.
But you get to speak to a bunch of nice people and have some drinks and cigars, and it's going to be a nice time.
Yeah, going by myself.
Oh, yeah.
No wife.
No wife, huh?
So you want to go to Pensacola? Okay.
That's nice part is it's not very far.
No.
That's what, an hour and 45-minute drive?
About
Give
an
or take?
Depends on where it's at.
It's right off of I-10.
I know when you get to the airport, it takes about an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
You drive really fast and the traffic is good. So.
All right.
So what are we smoking? We're smoking the Nico Rustica Connecticut Shade.
Yeah.
This is the Robusto, right? So
yes.
Right.
I wouldn't be a good cigar shop owner if I didn't talk about that and say these are available here at Coast Cigars.
Yeah, lounge at
yeah,
3418.
Address?
3418 Bienville Boulevard /
No,
Highway
I was-
90.
I was testing him, see if he knows his own address.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he does.
I mean, I order the cigars, so I mean,
So you must know the address.
so
It's on file.
yeah, it is on file. So, anyways, have you guys smoked this before?
Many
ab-
times.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, this is actually one of my morning go-tos nowadays. I've not had the Robusto size, so this will be good. And I also wouldn't be a good cigar shop owner if I didn't say I'm going to light this with the new Paleo. What's it called? It's the something Trevi. Yeah, the Paleo
Trevi,
Pro Trevi. This is the blue and gold version. We've got a black version and those kinds of things.
Yeah, we got a bunch. Silver
bunch
and
of-
gray. And
nice.
yeah, we got a nice selection of them.
They're $49.99, so you can pick those up here. So I'm gonna light the cigar quick.
You're gonna have to discount that now.
What's that?
You're gonna have to discount the lighter now.
Yeah, since it's used. I'll tell you what. It has it's like
it's
a
a nice-
blowtorch, people.
Yeah.
You can turn it up or down, but
Yeah,
it's a triple beam.
If that had this,
and
It does.
It's got
does it have the V cut
It
on
does
it?
have a
a
V
V
cutter.
cutter on it. It's
Okay.
actually pretty cool. So we've got them on all kinds of colors, and sorry,
It's a heavy lighter too.
it is. It's
Very
very
durable.
very heavy. It'll sit, very nicely
You
on
can
the
hurt
table
somebody with
somewhere, and yeah, it makes like a good. Use it for
Brass
hitting your
knuckles.
fist, nice
Yeah.
and strong.
So
Yeah, but it's very heavy duty, which is nice.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna last a long time.
we got friends of ours that on their way to the PCA,
Okay.
they stopped off at Havana Rays in Mobile.
Yes,
last
they did.
night. I was like, nice notice.
Yeah, right.
Well, we didn't know we were gonna stop. I said it's a fucking 45-minute drive. I could have just. I don't care what time you got there. I would have drove
Yeah.
out there and seen you.
Yeah, right.
Or
Kevin
they
Chet-
could have came here.
Yeah.
That's what he asked.
Well,
Huh?
I think once they got off the road, I don't know why they decided. Maybe they decided to stop there after they crossed the tunnels there.
But
There's a stopping point before we go. They'll be there this weekend, Kevin. And
Isn't Mississippi
Sure.
better than Alabama? Come on.
yeah, well,
Alabama's
Dental-wise.
Alabama has a lower excise tax.
right?
What's that?
Dental wise.
Oh, absolutely.
Is that true? I don't know. So anyway, so PCA, right? So this weekend is PCA. This is exciting. This is the reason I'm here.
Yes.
We're gonna go tomorrow, and you're going Sunday. Is that right?
We're still up in the air,
Okay. But
but probably.
I'm excited. There's a lot going on. For those kind of out there in the world, that I wanted to talk about the PCA primarily because I wanted to talk about the new cigars.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my big, when I found out, I was like, hey, can I join? And I'd like to talk about the cigars that are coming out. So AJ's coming out with a new one, or have come out with a new one called the APR by AJ Fernandez. Don't have a lot of detail about it. It's going to be considered just kind of one of their regular production blends, so that's good. Rocky Patel, they're coming out with the Rocky Patel Sapphire and the Year of the Horse. The Sapphire is different than the Rocky Patel anniversaries and different than the Rocky Patel vintages. So I'll be interested to. Sure, we'll be able to try those while we're at the PCA. I'll be interested to try those, and then they also the Year of the Horse is a San Andreas wrapper Nicaraguan Honduran.
I'll be interested to try that one.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah,
be
it sounds interesting.
Drew Estate. This one I'm actually kind of excited about. They're coming out with the Deadwood Dominicana, which is actually a really good cigar if you like a little bit of a flavor thing. But it's the Deadwood Dominicana Maduro. So that should be really good. The one that they've got out right
And
now.
you're a
is
Maduro
extended.
man.
I can be.
Yeah.
I can be.
Later in the day.
And this one I'm really excited about too, which is the new Undercrown El Tigre Dominicana, which is supposed to be so a lot of times the Undercrowns are a little light and they're not very spicy or anything. This one says that it's going to have a lot added spice to it and that kind of thing.
Okay,
it's
good.
really
More
exciting.
than the Maduro they have?
I don't.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah. Perdomo, if you don't know, Perdomo is coming out with the Perdomo Legacy Father and Son limited edition cigar.
Of course.
So now that you know that Perdomo really doesn't ever do limited editions.
No, they
one of
come
their
out with
things.
something and then they
That's right. So
announce it.
This is a new thing. I think Nicholas is probably making some, I'll say, positive changes. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a limited edition cigar. But I'll be interested to see what that is.
Yeah,
If
me
it's-
too.
Is it just going to be a different size, or is it just going to be the same? Is it the same tobacco? Is it because the Legacy is like one of my favorites right now?
Yeah,
So
I think it's going to be a different blend and size.
So according to Sam,
You know what? And maybe it may be like you're saying, a limited edition for all the sizes and just a different blend, and it's going to be around for just a short time to give everybody their favorite sizes. And
Maybe.
yeah, I think that maybe be the home run hit, because I like the Robustos myself. I'm a
Okay.
Robusto guy, so I'm not afraid of anything else. But I like, like these, what we're smoking right now. I smoke these all the time, and it's good that they're a Robusto because I like them.
according to Sam, it's supposed to be a whole different.
a whole
flavor.
different blend. Really, I'll be interested to see. I'll be interested to see how that is.
That'll be nice then.
Hopefully, now that we're carrying the Legacies and the 30s and the 12s, we got all those. I'm hoping that there would be no reason we wouldn't be able to get those in here as well.
That would be wonderful.
What other? Fuente's coming out with a new Opus X version. Monte Cristo's coming out with an anniversary. Upman's coming up with a AJ Fernandez blend called the Sunrise. So I'm going to guess it's going to be a Connecticut.
Morning breakfast.
Yeah, morning breakfast blend. Yeah.
Breakfast blend cigar. Perfect. I like that. So yeah, that's those are
That's
kind of
absolutely
focused on the
delicious.
brands that we carry. There's others. There's another one that I was excited about too. Find it here. Crowned Heads is coming out with one called the Moonflower.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds like it's back to the 60s.
Concept already gaining early buzz among retailers. So it's out already, but
Okay.
that's kind of their focus. What's the other?
Now, granted, these are just the big names because there's a lot of
Yes. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a bunch
smaller
of
guys coming
Well,
out.
yeah, there's the boutiques. They talked about the Gellis family cigars. Gellis, Gellis. The JRE Tobacco Company, Luciano,
Well, I think there's
Espanola.
Oh,
off the
Luciano.
cuff, and of course my memory's terrible, but we got a big thing that we won in the courts with the so I just made you
Reminded me of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the other thing I wanted to talk about was in the Washington D.C. District Court.
yes.
They ruled in favor of, I'll just call it the tobacco world instead of the FDA.
Yes.
And they didn't change anything, right? So basically, the FDA was looking to regulate it like crazy. And the D.C. District Court said no. So still the same.
It was still the same, but it's a win for the tobacco
Oh, it's a
industry.
huge
Yeah.
win. It's
Yeah.
a
So
huge
they didn't
Until some other federal judge decides.
Yeah.
they didn't tee us down.
But the nice part is we're at the district level now. If they appeal it, we're gonna get to the Supreme Court pretty
Right.
soon, and then once it's there, it's over, right?
Right.
So, and I think that if you read the ruling, if you read their opinion, it basically just says that look, we're not saying anything different. We're just saying that it is what it is. But there's a few rules, like you have to use a vegetable based
Glue.
glue.
Yes.
Your cigar has to be 100% tobacco wrapper, 100% tobacco binder and 50, I forget the percentage, a certain percentage of filler. Long has to be long filler.
Yes.
And,
Which was nice, which you wanted to be anyway.
now what they didn't do is they didn't rule on anything, but they also said it can't be, you can't change its flavor. You can't do anything to give it, to basically use chemicals to alter it anyway.
Right.
So that's kind of a not great place for like the flavored cigars and the infused cigars. So, they're still going to be regulated probably differently, which you guys know I'm not a giant fan of flavored cigars. I do like on occasion, dip the tip in a little bit of honey or something like that. That's kind of fun. Have you ever done anything like that?
I'm not touching that one.
I'm not a flavored cigar
of the cigar.
Fan. I'm not a big flavored. Every once in a while, I don't mind a mocha.
Tobacco.
I like the tobacco,
or a little nub mocha or a coffee flavored one, but not in general.
They also adopted the definition of what a premium cigar actually is. Now, what I've heard over the hearse I've been on, they're getting to the point where they're going to have one definition, and regardless if you're a boutique, whether I'm just throwing this out there, Cafe or GTO or whoever, the small guy versus Perdomo or AJ, whatever, cigar's a cigar.
Right.
There's no boutique, there's no premium. We're all going to be judged on. We're going to all be judged on premium cigar.
Yes.
Okay, we're all probably the same.
I would
probably
consider
the way to go.
I would consider a GTO and a Cafe a premium cigar, anyways.
Okay.
They may be a boutique brand only because of their size. That's all the boutique really means. Is they're just not as big.
It used to be $1 million and less, but they say that's out the door now too, because it's just the way they're made, or how good they're becoming.
Well, right. But I mean, I thought it was really more about. So I know some of it is about the taxing on the brand, how many brands you can have, how many sizes, and how they go through the FDA and all that stuff. And I think that's part of what they did. It's just that's to your point.
Yeah, because in past years it was like, all right, you can't bring in a new blend; it's going to be grandfathered in, or you can't establish a new flavor or whatever. Everything has to be old school, and then you'd have, if you want to bring in a new one, you have to pay so much to licensing, and people just can't afford to do that. Even the big guys can't afford to do that.
No,
but they're coming out with money. They're coming out with new stuff too often.
Right.
The last freestyle line, not a fan.
Didn't like the cigar?
Not.
Or you didn't like this freestyle live?
I don't know. We didn't
freestyle live.
Didn't even see it.
But the cigar, I did
enjoy
it.
The water, it's in the Deadwood family. It was really sweet all the way through. And then the other one, the fire, not so bad. I mean, it was smokable.
Is that what they call them? I didn't.
Yeah,
get
fire,
I didn't get access.
Fire and water. For $13.50, you got 2 cigars.
Right.
The water was the sweet one. The fire was.
The water, like Bone said, the sweetness was overwhelming sweet.
Was one of them Maduro?
No, they were both.
I'm just wondering if they were what they were talking about releasing at PCA.
Both kind of Connecticut to middle, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe sun-grown.
So not the Dominicana.
No. That line I like. Those I like. These new sweet ones, they're getting away from the last few. But anyway, I go to the PCA because the PCA is not. It's more of a retailer type environment. A regular person like myself or you, we're just walking around
trying out cigars,
hoping to run into people. They gave away some samples. Some were given out, some weren't given out. So it all depends on how you hit it, or what time of day you hit them. Maybe if you hit them later in the day on a Sunday, they give away more because they don't want to carry them back with them. I don't know, but you see the little new products like that cigar glue, the cigar glue thing. Instead of the pectin being in the little tube with the little brush like nail polish, it's like a little blue pen,
Right.
which that's pretty cool. But the accessories there are great because everybody's there. The pipe guy is going to be there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Um,
You mean the pipe guy that we buy our pipes
Yeah.
from?
Yeah.
he was
Nice.
there last year.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
all
understand.
right.
And he had a big booth too, man. Jeez. He had a lot.
He has a lot of nice pipes, man. We
He
get
does
all right
have a
with him.
very. He has a lot of very nice pipes. The pipes that Ed brings in, I'm always like, wow, those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's the selling.
Yeah, I tell him, what our
We'll
price
push
line
him.
is and send us some nice ones and he's an all right guy.
He just calls all the time.
Yeah, he calls me all the time.
time.
Because he wants you to buy pipes
He's not here
every
today.
day.
All right. I'll tell you again. You got
Then
Friday
he
morning.
finally calls me and he says, all right, what you want? And I tell him, I ask Ed what's cool and what's not cool, and then I tell him and he says, okay. And then his phone number got changed. He says, no. Then I said,
Yeah.
yes, it did. He says, oh, I forgot.
But no, the PCA is good. You get, like I say, you get to see people that you haven't seen, that you deal with a lot over
Yes.
the phone.
Yes.
You don't get to see. You
And
get to see
Babu
some of
calls.
the sales reps are there. I mean, you'll get to meet the new Drew State sales rep, Sammy.
Yeah. Has he been in here?
No. Jenny Lynn got her promotion last time we were here to
Right.
regional manager or director or sales rep or whatever. Speaking of Drew Estates, that
So
Science.
it doesn't show like anybody's on here, but I'm looking
Yeah.
and there's a ton of comments.
what?
Well, maybe not.
We have our normal people join.
Yeah.
Your daughter joins and Mort. And
Yeah, I don't see it.
I don't see anybody up there.
Oh, you know what? Oh, we got to talk about that.
Mandy joins
I
us.
think I know what the reason might be. Because I couldn't link it to
Facebook.
the Post Cigars Facebook
Oh,
because
that's
I
why.
don't have access to it. for some
Oh.
reason.
Isn't it already set up? I thought it was already set up.
Well, it's set up through my Facebook page,
Morning, Derek.
but it won't link it because I'm not on.
We don't
Post
have
Cigars
this
page.
linked to the Coast Cigars.
No. Not this morning. Normally we do.
Oh, because I got people that were going to join. That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, I can't do Pro Cigars anymore. I think you have to relook and.
I'll look at it and see. I have to renew all the people every year, so if I don't renew it, it goes into a.
And that's what it was, because beforehand you go to on this little technical questions here, information people. When we link a show, we pick where we want to feed it to. We normally feed it to YouTube, Coast Cigars, and our Facebook page. Now it's on our Facebook page, but it's not on the Coast Cigar Facebook page. And that's only because, like I said, I didn't have access to the Facebook page to link it. But
Do we
that's
need
a
to
minor
do that?
technical. Yeah, that's a minor
Okay,
technical.
that's all right. 'Cause I'd like to invite. I can invite a bunch of people from Philadelphia.
But they normally go to the Coast Cigars page, or do they go to the 5.5 Links page?
I think they would go to the 5.5 Legs page
Yeah,
Or do they go to YouTube?
because they can go either way. They
because I can send like 50 of them out.
you should do it every week.
You know what I mean?
Anyways, all right.
What else we got?
Oh, we got guys hitting home runs like crazy.
Yeah,
Early on in the season, they're hitting home runs. My guy Schwarbers and your guy, my guy. That Schwarber hits bombs, boy. Whew. He's the DH, and man, does he hit him. He hit one on his knee the other day.
yeah, he did. He took a swing and went down on his knee and carried the fence. Amazing. But
He's nuts, man.
so what time you guys headed there?
I don't know.
We'll have to wait for
We'll talk
see
to
you a
him.
bit.
He's here, but
Yeah, he's here. He's where? Get used to him.
get used to it. That's right.
Morning, Ed. But yeah, we got baseball. Them guys are zinging home runs early in the season out. And
Judge
very early.
is being Otani, and I have our standing
Bet.
who hits more home runs in a month, Otani or
And the
Judge.
year, right? For the year, too.
yeah, we do by month and then
By the annual.
I think let's see. Judges got
Whitehead's having a good year. Whitehead for the Phillies.
Oh, Wedhead.
Yeah,
No, I got rid of him. He wasn't scoring a lot of points, man.
but he's having a good year already. You know what I mean? He's hitting the ball and getting some RBIs.
Man, if fantasy baseball's a bigger crapshoot than
Don't you rather have the computer pick it?
No, I got a decent team, good team in my other league, but they went with CBS, and they went with the free version of CBS. So there's a lot of things you can't do.
All right.
Okay.
Once your lineup's set for that week, you can't touch it again. So if you lose a player on the first day to injury or paternity leave or something, you can't sub somebody else in.
Oh wow!
You have to go with.
When he comes back.
And then apparently, it said I had too many reserve players. My lineup was invalid. I'm trying to change it, and I dropped the player, but it does it by period, so it's already on the next period. I dropped them for them, but this time around, you can't do anything.
So we talked about the PCA. We talked about your other thing.
Football. Well, yeah, the football draft. I don't know what Philly's looking for, but we need some defensive players, the Giants, and
Well, we're pretty good in yellow.
They're going to be all right.
We're pretty good in yellow. I don't know how we are in the D.
Yeah, you might need some work in it. You guys was a little
Our safety,
rough towards the end of the year.
safety in the left-hand side of the field. Our left.
But I don't have anything else. Scotty,
You got anything else, Scotty?
other than the cigar and
Just
coffee?
PCA stuff.
So let's rate the coffee. Did you have a cup of breakfast buns?
I did not know that we had coffee for sure, so I brought my own.
Your own? Okay, well, tell us about the cigar.
I love this cigar. It's one of my favorites, especially in the morning.
Okay.
It's smooth, but it's got just a hint of a spice to it. Just a hint. Nothing.
A little bit.
Yeah, but nothing that feels like, man, I don't want to. So for me, Cubans are very smooth and they're just kind of always the same taste, the same flavor. I'm not a big fan of that. But this one is really good because it's got that shade tint. I call it a tinge.
Okay.
So like any of the shade grown tobaccos to me have this little bit of this tinge to it that even the legacy, the Perdomo legacy shade grown Habano leaf or whatever, it kind of feels the Nicaraguan shade grown, I guess is what they call it.
So you give it a pretty high rating then?
I'd probably put this, I mean, if we're doing like 0 to 10, for a morning cigar, I'd probably put this at about an 8, 8.5.
Oh, good. That's a nice rating. Bones?
I give it about an 8. I like it. I like the blue better.
Okay.
Has a little bit more of a flavor or bite to it.
So that's got the San Andreas wrapper.
This is definitely a great breakfast cigar with a cup of coffee.
I like that. Breakfast blend cigar. I like that.
With the community coffee and this, I go about 8, 8.5, probably about 8.5 total for both. I like them. I always like community coffee. I mean, you can't
right.
beat it, but this is a good morning cigar.
I think I'm going to go along the same lines. I'm going to go about an 8.5 with the combination. I thought the coffee was excellent. We've been making it lately a little light or a little too heavy, depending on our scooper we've been using.
Sure.
I think I hit the scoops pretty much right on today. I think I did anyway. I thought the coffee was excellent. I like community, especially when I make the stop halfway from here to New Orleans at the little rest stop, and I get that little 5-ounce cup or whatever it is of community. But the cigar, I've been smoking a lot of these, so they're really good. So I really like these. So I'm going to go about an 8.5 total off.
Look at that. We're all pretty common.
Yeah, all combination 8.5.
That's great. Well, the nice part is, hey, I'll just say this: if you check these out if you're not from around here at a retailer near you, if you're from around here, then stop in. We've got them. We've got them in Robusto and Toro and. Is that right? Do we also
Gordo?
Gordo?
Gordo. Yeah, we got the nice fat ones.
Yeah, which are good. So, becoming such a popular size now.
Yes, yeah.
Gordo?
Yeah. I like the
for the-
Manette
for
too.
the
I grab
majority-
that every once in a
for
while.
a bigger portion of the United States. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
can't
don't-
I just can't. It's
too big for me.
I like
yeah, I like it.
Robusto box press.
There you go.
That's my favorite.
Oh, so remember, you can get them at Coast Cigar at 3418 Bienville Boulevard / Highway 90 in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. From Scott, Maverick, and Bones,
Thanks for having me on.
it's our pleasure.
Absolutely.
And we're going to bid you a happy weekend and a healthy one. Come join us sometime on the show if you like. We'll bring you right on, or come join us in the lounge and watch the show. Have a great weekend, folks.